We're still with the government early that we want to start to learn about the. So on this sheet is the permittees information, and then if you are a remonstrator for or against the permit, make sure you check the correct box. For one of those. You have to have your name, address, and email, and it has to be legible for me to read it in order for it to count and you put into the system. So you should do that. Let me start here. Go through, I will get the pens if we need.
That if you want to speak or?
No, if you sign the remonstrator sheet, whether it's for or against, you do not have to speak, but you still have to have your name and address where we can deal with it.
Okay.
Anyone that speaks must have their name on it.
Anyone that speaks must have their name.
Let me just check. Mic's on, camera's on, okay.
Okay, I'd like to call to order the Alcohol Beverage Board of Kosciusko County, January 8th, 1 p.m. Welcome, everybody. We are going to start off with a transfer that is. Oh, sorry, yes. Present is Dan Woods, April Tackett, and Alan Oliver. Want to start off with a transfer, RR 4343114, beer, wine, liquor, restaurant, transfer, the hub on Huntington.
Bingo. So you can hear better. If you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? State and spell your name for the record.
Yeah, Colorado, LP, capital A, N, ALV, ARAD, dot.
What is the principal nature of this business? Restaurant. And you have your affidavit for your orange sign posting back. And just let the record state that the sign was posted and checked. Okay, just on the first line, I'm going to change this permit number. That's the old one. When you applied for the transfer, they gave this account a new number, so we. Okay. And that'll be the. RR 4311. Yeah. That's probably. Okay. Okay, go ahead and explain to the local board members about this transfer. So I purchased Huntington Street Bar and Road on October 16th from Travis Luke and Company. I have closed the restaurant, the bar down. We're doing some renovations on the inside, making a family room. The main purpose, I want to have a restaurant with a bar. I want a bar with a restaurant as it was before. I would like to have a restaurant and then be able to have cocktails with breakfast, lunch for dinner. Hours are going to be 7 to 7. What I hope to do, but they will to be staffed. I just would like to provide breakfast, lunch, and early dinner to servants.
And have you owned a restaurant or worked?
I've been in the business for 27 years. I've worked at and managed Lux Cafe in Ocean for 16 years.
That serves alcohol?
No alcohol. My alcohol experience, before I had children, when I was in my early 20s, I served alcohol at Maple City Bowl to the leagues in the evening. But as far as serving there, that's about my only experience with alcohol.
How many employees are you expecting to have?
Including cooks and servers, I think 9. We're not opening yet. I'm going to open in February. I'm going to go with 9 if we get to see how it goes.
What do you think the ages of your servers? You see that?
Well, I have 2 that are coming now that are 19. And then my other girl's 25 and I don't have anyone else hired right now, but over 19 over there. Served alcohol.
Have you been through the training?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then do you have a formal, are you gonna have a formal training for the people that are serving alcohol?
Yes, I've asked everyone who I know is coming to work with me, to take the course. They'll have it, I forwarded it to them, so they're all going to take that. Obviously, they have to take that before they can serve. But yes, I do, I haven't gotten all my paperwork ready for the business yet, but I do plan on training, having like a training session before they start work to train, just the importance of serving alcohol to the right people, not the wrong people. I would love to have trained before they retire.
What's your opening date, your, oh,
So I don't have one anywhere we can setting the date that keeps getting pushed back. So I can dates. I'm just looking at the beginning of February right now.
2026.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, that's, I'm in spring, so I'm gonna. Things are frustrating. I do have, people work here. I don't know if you pull up anyone's record. I have the open container on my record, but it's actually not mine. My cousin stole my identity. And so there is an open container ticket on my record. It's not mine, but I went to the courthouse and got all the paperwork and I could reach proof that it's not mine. They won't expunge it unless I get an attorney, and I just got to work on what we're doing right now. But I do have the paperwork that she pled guilty and they charged her and everything for that. That was not mine.
Oh, we should meet that down on the stage.
No, it's not a felony or a misdemeanor or a misdemeanor. I don't know if she actually pled to something.
It's an infraction.
Yeah, that's basically what I was speaking to, or people. I never thought of the word about that, I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. I make a motion that we accept the transfer.
okay, I have a motion.
Is there anyone here to remonstrate against this transfer of ownership? All right, I'll take a second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Okay, any questions for me? Okay. Deborah, I'm just gonna think about, the temperature, and she said that after this, it goes down to the state and then they have a word license. Yes, this is a recommendation to approve the transfer. The commissioners of the ATC still have to make the final approval. They only meet the first and the third of Tuesday of the month, so you won't go until the future. And then if they approve it, it'll be on hold, approved on hold until I do the final inspection. So I'll be the one that you will get a hold of. Other City office to come out, the closer and set ready to go. Or maybe even when you have your employees hired and you guys can have questions. Then how do I get your number from the state? I just,
Shouldn't be, well,
Yes.
somebody gave me your number a while back and I left you a message. But it was a long time ago, I was just trying to see what I need.
Okay. So I've got my email, my cell phone, and then just in case. Everybody, thank you very much. So if you take your new permit number, you can get on our public website and search under that. And you can, like right now, the status of things in the application, or say in this road, the inspection, or it's active, or it's a Google inspection. That's the permit number you need to give to the oh, okay. This is the one, that's fine, awesome. Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you. Other questions, just give me a call. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to go to two new applications, RR 4343083 Beer Wine Liquor Restaurant, the Pub, and RR 4343084 Beer Retailer Restaurant, the Pub. Hear
Okay, permittees for that, all on forward. The remonstrator sheet is still going around, or is that?
The charters.
All right. Anybody that thinks they may want to speak? You guys, everybody who thinks they may want to raise their hands. You know, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. State and spell your names for the record.
My name is Jaron Bob.
Yes.
JARON.
Okay.
I'm Jesse Club. This is product SSD. UG.
What are you with the company?
I am the CEO and owner of, he owns the building and I'm renting the building for the.
Not full. We do try to.
Right.
Yep.
What is the principal nature of your business?
I would like a fancy restaurant that also serves cocktails that helps support financial conflict.
And financials for all the John, the thing, he's there, sponsoring the family back in the days, so I think we could survive on this, and all the families that face basically.
Okay, you have your affidavit for your notice posting. With your orders on it. Saying the date that you posted it, you're
We posted it that day.
I do have it, I don't have it written, but I do have, I have the photo through, for something like that.
well, I checked, so I know it's up.
Yeah.
I'll have to copy. So I can give you my email address.
Thank you.
And you can see it, email it to me.
Yeah.
You can't find it all.
Oh,
This is on the door, that you want to find.
yeah, right on the side, that's it.
Okay, go ahead and start explaining to the board members about this new permit.
So it's going to be a family restaurant that families will be able to come in and play all sorts of different arcade games. And we renovated a portion of of the building into a really nice looking bar that I feel like people would feel in a safe environment because it's nice and it looks upscale, but it's not going to be upscale priced by all means. And it would just be a fun place for people to come in. Families will be have a place to come in and enjoy themselves in the town. And it would bring more people into the small town Minnesota and help support all the other businesses surrounding it.
It's more like, it's this roadhousey kind of thing where the bar is there, it's just not the main thing. But it's, the main thing is giving younger, like 2,500 people a place to go because there's not a lot of 2,500 families that are newer that just want to go and let their kids do their thing in their own private. And there's no entrance, like when she came over, we described how everything is completely blocked from the bar and doors. The only way out to the different areas is actually leaving the building and walking across and going to completely different entrances. So if you look,
So if you like, you can choose to go to the bar if you would like. So there's plenty of other entrances if you don't want to even see
you
it.
know, where's the, it's completely separate from this stuff. So the bar area is in red and the morning, and then so like the food pantry was in the with its own entrance and exits. And that was supposed to be a fully stopped, but we were yesterday, like the church local chief of pastor said that they don't accept us being there, but by doing that, it's killing the funding to, we have a 20 house project thing that we were working on, kind of like right behind the mines building, that without some of that funding, I'm now killing off $700 a month rent for over 60 plus people. So there's 20 of those houses that being canceled. Also, the food pantry we canceled, which sucked because that was a good fully stocked, full of everything from our day people coming out. And it's really venting in the kid areas of, because without funding from the alcohol part of it, that's gonna be really hard to support. The building I bought was a new building that has been for sale for over 5.5 years, and no one can afford to be in it. It will start to fall apart, it'll start to fall apart. The only thing that's gonna support something of that in the trying to town, which sucks because our town isn't very big, and there's not a lot of things that can go into that building. This was one of the more viable options that would allow me to at least break even on property taxes, because the property taxes are 7,000. Not counting paying off the building, and then paying internet rents or even using the hard for anyone. Even break even on the building, let alone paying this $5,000 something electric. Which sucks. Which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm all the stuff we've done in town, I mean, we've done, you guys know, over $2 million in renovating and fixing places in that town. And we do it because we love that town, not because we're trying to gain financially, which is everything we've done to not be blocked. I just do it because my grandma, her grandma lived there for whole thing, my top of the family lived there. They're all friends with them, everyone's friends with everyone, we live in a small town, I mean. And our goal wasn't to take people and take business from the local town, because the local town people don't really eat at a lot of the restaurants, it's all people from other cities that come to our town to eat and to do business with people, because our town doesn't really do. But we're just trying to come up with good ideas and good things for people to do and be entertained and get out of the house and keep the town alive. To definitely keep it out. I've tried, and there's not a lot of things that you can do in that town, and especially to drive people in. There isn't a lot of things you can do. And this is one of those things that we can do. And that's why we chose to. And we were gonna do the wedding venue thing upstairs is what we planned on doing all of that, but then things are definitely changed on that, depending on, again, on that, because that's. So we're getting four businesses in about 25 employees, and another thing to be able to come out is we were getting $15,000 per minimum, which is double and triple pay in the town, because we were just trying to break even, kind of as a nonprofit, not really fun. We just wanted to make place for a bunch of people to have jobs, people actually making money and actually helping out the community for this citizens.
Have you ever run a restaurant or bar before?
I have not, but I have, bartenders with over 20 years of experience that's going to come in, show not only myself, but all of the 12 people that were to work with me. We're going to go through, and the lady with the 20 years of experience is going to just give a whole rundown. How everything should be ran, how drinks should be made, how to protect from over serving, how to properly check IDs. And I'm making sure that everyone that is going to work with me is licensed for bartending and all the legality. So me, myself, I have no experience, but there will be people that is going to show the ropes for not only me, but for the entire staff.
And before I did what I did to do what I did to retire early, but I was the main general manager of all Papa John's for Northern Indiana for a very long time. And I was in food management from 15 all the way up to, yes, 15, all the way up to 20, it was 2. 1. So I was in charge of hundreds of people, hiring, firing, running, helping stuff, all the help things, everything that takes me my Papa John's pizzas. I also worked at Subway, part-time on the sides of those two, which was on the end right on Center Street back when it was really old time, when I was 16 or 17. I just turned 18 because I had to be manager there. And then I worked also with the police chief or the police sheriff, maybe who had a donut place on 15 when we were really young, making donuts. We had the big people.
Okay, let's get back to the original question.
Sure.
Is this permit premise within 200 feet of the church or school?
We found out no after you came to our place.
And has the application been amended or have you gotten a
I
letter?
didn't make it, and she.
Has the application been amended or have you gotten a letter from the church?
I have not received it.
We were told yesterday, last minute, that they didn't approve it, but wouldn't do it to read.
Well, they asked.
I
Just 200.
have several other buildings though. So if I get the permit and put it into the escrow and then transfer and work on everything, renting in another building in town. Then it'd be positive as well, just this way.
I put it in some escrow and we have the property in this team, you can really be a furniture.
That's it.
Yes, that could be a possibility.
Okay. I have 3 of those, also have 3 acres. Right at the border and also at the border of Kosciusko. Found several properties out there, like right at the beginning of Minden. Out.
This permit is for the income. permit.
Correct. Yep, so I can have an in-town building that's 230. At church.
So with you being too close to the church and not having an approval letter from the church, there's 2 options. You can either continue to let us hear this permit, or you can withdraw this application and file one for whatever else.
If we can continue this one first, because there are some things that we're working on. And. If we can do it again. Okay.
Well, that's something that's a question for him to answer, since he's the only person listed as the owner of that company.
To continue on with this process.
Okay, that's,
Is it better for us to go through and,
I can't tell you one way or another, I can just.
well, I use the license plates
The rules.
and have to review everything?
The rules are, we can either hear this and vote, or you can withdraw and reapply some places.
But I'll still have to place it on. Yes, I just place it on, right?
There is a, we either hear this address or you withdraw this address. That is your choice.
Okay.
And you're gonna need all the information that goes with it.
Yes.
So there's also a statute that says for any reason, if you have been denied an alcohol permit, you cannot reapply for at least 1 year. So I'm gonna take that. That's for everything. Okay. Anything else you would like to add to this? Any questions for Dennis?
My question is, are we within 200 feet?
Yes.
Yes.
We are within 200 feet.
I was still 18.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Um. 170 to the one place and 230 or 231 to the other place. I think
But if I change the door entrance,
doors are not. It's building to building.
okay, but the building itself to be full, because we're not using the full amount of exact. Because since I have 8 addresses in that, and he moves it to being very far back when it's across on the wrong, on the other road, not very on the wrong address. If I close off and never use that other door, the building, and not using that 24 feet of the other building in back, because all I was gonna do back there was a bowling, like, moving the bowling and kid things. And so I can just kill off all the kid things and not even use that area. No, I'm just saying, I'm making sure.
From the church
Mhm.
to the front door of the building.
On the
That
side.
is still less than 200. So I don't care what you do.
No, the side, the main entrance on the side. So,
Entrance is the left, is the building and the address.
this is where you get the side. Because that address is like 130.
This is for the address we have on the application. If further down the road, you want a different address, you would redo it like I started. Okay, I'm gonna call the remonstrators now. Any remonstrators who do not have to. Any remonstrators that have assignments that want to speak, about anything that we haven't already discussed.
I don't see, I don't know where anybody else wants to go ahead of me or. I don't think I would speak for one.
You're it.
Tim Carter, the owner of the Bull.
Okay, if you want, right, wait, there.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, it's hard, it's just a whole process, I think. When you fill out an alcohol application,
Be very careful, because I've already looked up your application. Go ahead.
so you fill one out. I mean, right on the front page, I mean, it asks, are you within 200 feet? Very clear. Yes or no. If you are, you mark yes. There's very, very clear instructions on what you do. To make sure you turn in all the proper papers. This permit does not fill out forever. I mean, he had to check the note that he was within 200 feet. We know now that he is within 200 feet. I mean, that application should be void. You know, unless the church wants it, you know, approves it. And evidently, I don't think they did. I mean, he hasn't got the paperwork from the church that he needs to make this application. And, I mean, we heard a lot of stuff. I mean, Jared's here. Yeah, Jesse, you know, giving us the financial aspect of this building. Basically, that building, he said he's, you know, collecting rent. Not rent money, he's collecting, somehow it's gonna grow all the other stuff, so. I mean, it's just, there's been a lot, you know, like, I mean, from the board, started out as a gonna do a wedding video, something like that. The board grant, you know, they went ahead and did it over 11 other liquor licenses coming into town. And he was telling me he's gonna put in, like he was telling you, local, well, basically, not local homes, he's calling many homes for, you know, living for people, if, you know. 2 days later, I asked, what's the cost of that? Here's my location, I don't, that's not part of our town. We're very, I think we're very close in the town. We all try to work together. We help when we can. This bar is a town board of meeting, that's in there, it's your business. The big bird wedding venue, restaurant, many things. So that's, it's a lot of the younger crowd, you know, 21s, you know, 27, 30, you know, I have a place to go, I said, so you want something like the time? Yeah. Well, that's not what our town wants, it's a night, you know, we're talking about busing people in. Well, if you're gonna bus people in at midnight, 1, 2 o'clock, that's not customer weaving. We don't want that extra crowd of that group of people, not saying anything against them, it's just, at that time of night, it just, more things go on. You know, at 10, 11 o'clock, in our bar, our bar's 3 in the morning. Apparently, you know, we burn. It's changing, bar business is changing. But busing people in and doing things like that is not the answer for me. They signed the ordinance. I've got a letter here from Tim Croy. He's on the town council. He, wrote this for the citizen. He's definitely not for it.
Is Mr. Troy here today?
He is not here. He did send this to the state. So, Mr. Brown,
Yeah, I'm around.
so she should have it. But I'm here to get this in the town council members.
Well, the town people are the ones that sign the enabling, is that correct?
Yes, and yeah, I got some. You know, it was kind of an odd situation. I mean, it was never spoke, I was never in any of the minutes. You know, and all of a sudden.
It's nothing really.
And that's what I'm saying, that's why, you know, I need to bring it up the house off, which comes out. It's not what I want to town, I'm just gonna, like this, I mean, there have been comments that you're earning bulldogs. You're not, but something there too.
How long is it?
20 years.
20 years. So 20 years ago, how did you get a liquor license if there was no enabling?
Yes, I was. I was on here. And there's another bar that burnt down. The block, and I bought the. So really, that's all. And it's not, nothing personal, about it, it's business, it's, I don't see it being a big complication. Thank you.
Anybody else want to speak? No pressure, you don't have to.
I have something to know.
When it's time, you can.
Okay.
Anybody else, last call to speak?
You want to speak? Speak.
You don't have to go your name on this and then whichever check mark. That's totally up to you.
Hi. I'm Elizabeth Thompson, and I'm on barbecue on Broadway. Okay, so my concerns are when looking over the state side for the ATC, you know, it mentions like, reasons maybe an application would not be up for approval, like if you're intentionally trying to cause harm to another business. I personally feel, yes, that's what's happening here. I do have some documents where our falling out began. Jesse and I actually used to do business together. He would host karaoke at my establishment. I paid him for that. At the beginning, He did,
Karaoke, barbecue on Broadway?
no, he was doing it at the Bulldog, I'm sorry. So he was hosting karaoke at the Bulldog. I think he had bought it as a hobby, like a fun thing to do. He came in, he was doing it for free. There would be nights I would pull up the cameras and he's in there doing karaoke. I didn't even know he was there doing it. So then I started scheduling him on a regular basis that we could post, trying to get more people in. And I was paying him. I don't expect people to come in and do something for free. So when it came the end of the year, my accountant had messaged me and said, hey, like he needs to fill out the W-9 that you paid him over the $600. So I had contacted Jesse and said, hey, I need you to fill out a W-9. And then it was like, well, I've already filed my taxes. Mind you, this is before January 30th, the cutoff. And then he's telling me, well, I don't have an LLC for this. There's no way I can do it.
Isn't that something you fill out when you hire someone, not at the end of the year?
I mean, I think either or, my accountant in this year just tells me like, hey, these are the ones that you need. Yeah, you have till January 30th. So anyway, this was all through messaging, where he's telling me he doesn't have an LLC set up, like he can't do it, whatever. Well, then he ends up saying, well, I can train Ryan through, I don't know, whatever his business name is. So he came in to fill out the paperwork and then I'm getting the, can we not do this? Like, I've already filed, this is gonna cost some money, yada, yada, yada. So I reached out to my accountant, I'm like, what do I do? So then they did whatever on their end so that he did not have to file, or I didn't have to 1099. So at that point is when everything stopped. Like, he would not do karaoke anymore, like, the conversation stopped. So this was in January. So in September, it was an issue because back in July of that year, the law had changed where minors could come into a bar. So he was trying to bring his daughter in for trivia. And the bartender said, hey, I'm sorry, but she can't be in here. So then he wanted to argue with us about the laws of that. He would go home and take pictures of his computer screen, telling me right here is where it says. And Brandy can probably vouch for this because I was literally calling Brandy X-Side nonstop. Like, hey, what do? I have this guy that's constantly on me about these rules. And then she explained to me, because of pull tab, like you cannot, like it's different. So then I would message him, be like, hey, I got with X-Side, like here's the deal. Like we can't do it because of pull tabs. And his response would be, your bar, your rules, but I'm right with the signing. I have proof of all of this. I have every message printed that you can look at. But like I said, since then, it's just been, he's been after me. That's all I got. Okay. I don't even know what this.
Let me bring you this, now we can see, you know what's all in that packet. Out of your county permit or transfer of location of application, the applicant has the burden to prove that he qualifies to hold the desired permit, the proposed location. An applicant may be denied for any one or more of the following reasons. The applicant does not maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. There is no need for the services of the applicant at the proposed location. The neighborhood and or community do not desire the services. The services at the proposed location would have a negative impact on other businesses in the neighborhood, as well as a negative impact on the neighborhood in general. The permit premise is within 200 feet of a church or school, and the permit premise is in a residential area referred to in the service statute. So any of those reasons you want to like add on or speak about?
I can for the other coverage law for this. Be things like that.
Okay. All right, well, maybe come on up.
Hi,
Oh, I want the permit. Oh, sorry. I'll go ahead and. Okay, you get the last step.
Just what's on my mind or? Because, I mean, what she said is, we're not out to get anyone, like I said. People enjoy bar hopping. I mean, like, look at right here, there's probably what, 4 bars all within 2 blocks of each other. They all don't have an issue with each other. They don't call excise or fire department on them all the time. Always looking through their windows, watching for anything that goes wrong. I try to explain to them, like, I do not want to shut anybody down. I just want to have a fun place for people to come and hang out. Like, I want to do my own thing. That's what has always been my dream, and I could care less about shutting people down or underselling anyone or harming anyone's business. Like my dad said, we've helped out the community for like the past 10 years now, just helping out everyone that we can, making houses good for people. We want to open up and have this business to, like I said, just bring people into town, which would also support other businesses, like there's a coffee shop right next door, there's a bookstore, there's an antique shop, all along that strip of 25. Me bringing in more people into town would support those other businesses, because when people come into town, they'll be like, oh, there's a bookstore, let's go see a bookstore, or people like their own bars, if they walk out their own crowd, I'll have my own crowd. And people will be like, okay, let's eat here, drink here, and vice versa. Like, no one's gonna be like, oh, I only wanna go to this one place, and like, people like to go around, and each org has their own crowds. I don't understand why they keep trying to tell you guys why I'm trying to shut them down, or I'm out for anybody. I'm not out to get anybody. I'm just wanting to do my own thing. I am young and very grateful for this opportunity, and I want to pursue this dream.
Questions from the board members?
No, I think you answered the question before. An experience. So I guess my question, Maple, we're voting on the address that's on the application,
We're voting on this application.
that application. I go back to good, bad, or otherwise, is it within 200 feet of the church?
Yes.
Do we have a letter from the church saying it's okay to be there?
No.
Then by the state, we're turned down this application because it's within 200 feet of the church and not supported by the church.
Yes, that is a legal reason why the application.
Then saying that, I make a motion, we deny the permit because of being too close to the church.
I have a motion to deny.
I'll second.
And I have a second. Further discussion? All those in favor of denying, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So that, takes care of RR 4343083 and RR 43430. Thank you, everybody.
Any general questions that I can answer from anybody?
Yeah, we got.
Okay. Anybody else?
Not pertaining to any of this, but.
Yeah, but this information is good. If there's no general question or about the process or whatever, I'll be able to answer. And anything that I say, you guys go through your goals. Thank you.
You leave it on? Where?
Thank you. Go ahead.
So, you know, I have a permit.
Yes.
So I'll get it here in mind.
Yep.
But mine is getting.
How long is the next? Years. I'm trying to like the flies, but I'm like studying. They were missing it. I should was the I was saying they're all like it. I'm trying to get it should be. But anyway, like I was just curious. There's a speech from that now. As I talk. You can sell it. Yes.
That's a record.
Yeah.
You have a good one.
You too.
Good luck.
Oh, yes, yeah, back.
Let me explain it to you. Easy way of going on. So I think we're starting to explain, even if it's on contract. And let's say, 500. If they put that license in my name, like stop paying, it's it's all. So if that,
I didn't just look legality, that was the one, like it's something like that.
people do land contracts all the time. That's,
I was like, this one, but I guess the next time is the license is not staying my. The license is but I just, I want to make sure that it's not really policy on there.
You got it.
Yeah.
it works good. So, like I said, we have to do your job. We have to contract on you, it's all you.
I knew that. Yeah, I just, it's like, I didn't know that was something allowed in the alcohol where they were putting it in. Oh, it's like, it's another company, it's a.
No, it's just that, so.
I was gonna say, that's what I was wondering.
You have to do Yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, yeah, once the license goes into those other people's names, you don't have anything to do with it. So if they decide 6 months, a year, whatever, we're not even gonna do that. You can do it.
That's all sure. Yeah. Trying to make sure that came to that, but I just, I don't, my fault. I mean, they would be that way, it's really more than 9 minutes more than anyway, for the months of our.
Hey, well, that's bad when you got Rocky be consultant. When Rocky's your consultant, we got a problem. I'm been off the bone, I'm so. Oh, no, yeah, I grew up the same. Oh, my God.
Well, thank
So sorry, it's tough, let me tell you.
Was that insurance?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I wouldn't think about it.
Figured like an LLC, we were 10% over, we thought, that would be like. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No?
That's your all.
Oh, it's same thing.
So guys,
Okay, so you got it. There you go.
Jumpers. Okay, yeah. Church also. Okay, let me.
you would see.